Finding investment properties. Do you agree that it's worth learning how to find excellent deals? Deals which will give you excellent profits, at least 50K profit per deal. When I was starting out in real estate, I spent countless hours browsing real estate magazine, posted listings, looking for sale by owner or for sale by owner, foreclosure properties, and for sale properties. I agreed to do that because I felt it would be more profitable because I wanted to expand and make deals and not be stagnant and make some profits. It was clear that there had to be a better method. I worked hard to create it, and these are the three requirements which are my chief consideration when I set out to design my system. I wanted a low price properties every morning. I want properties below the average household median price, which is of 400,000 in my area, and at least 3-bedroom single family houses, depending on the market. What's even more surprising is that I created the training system and the results even surprised me. I had several contract signed after 1 month of trying it out, and everything was fine as long as they kept coming up with more deals. And later in the month, several more lucrative deals presented themselves to me. We rapidly concluded that we could only buy a small number of houses, and because of our inability to purchase multiple properties at the same time, we were doing great volumes. Then we were putting in place, and so we started looking out for the ways on finding OPR and finding other investors to joint venture with. We're going to show you how to identify good investment opportunity and how to find tons of them. You will learn the system that I utilize to discover profitable deals. So following the 4 steps that we need to follow in order to find good investment properties. Number 1, define the property that you want to look for. You have to completely understand your area. You have to understand the median price in your area. And once you know per square foot price in your area, it becomes very easy for you to know what is below the market and what's above the market, because let's say a 1,500 square foot house is going for 300,000, and then a 2,000 square foot house is going for 320,000. So if you do the calculation and calculate the square footage, you will know that even the second house is more expensive. Square foot is way cheaper. So you have to know your area. You have to know per square footage price, and once you know that, it becomes very easy for you to understand, immediately identify whether the property is listed below or above market. Number 2, look for the properties and get them under the contract. Time is of essence in this business. When there's a good deal, it's here today and gone tomorrow. So you have to be prepared, whether it's with your own money, whether it's with the investor's money. You have to have all your ducks in place. And once you have the property and you immediately know that this is a good deal, the day the property is listed and you get it in front of you, you immediately put it under offer. Because sometimes people list in urgency. I would say, in fact, majority of the times, the good deals are listed in urgency, and the good deals, which do not require much of a renovation, which are not distressed properties, they are listed for a quick sale. And normally those properties are listed below the market. And a lot of people wait several days and studying, analyzing, and researching before they would put them under contract or before they would put an offer. And not every real estate agent or every real estate owner or broker is smart to have create a system they can get multiple biddings. A lot of them list the property without any bidding date, and they will accept any offer that comes up. So what happens is, if the property gets listed below market and you notice it right away and you are ready for it, so all you do is immediately put up the offer and get it under contract. So that's very, very important, because then you take it before anybody can even see it. And once you have identified the properties you want, now you have them under the contract. Now you have to assess them, whether they are exactly what you're looking for, because you put exit clauses in it, like subject to lawyer's approval, subject to home inspections, subject to home insurance, subject to good enough appraisal. And so we'll give you those terms, we'll give you those clauses to put in your contract when you're purchasing. They will be your exit clause just in case the property is not what you're looking for. Now you have it under contract. Now you have the exclusive right to it. And if the property is good and great, you go ahead and purchase it. If not, then you let it go. So number 4 is you sign the dotted line. And if you find the deal is good, and you are willing to give a quick closing and you can negotiate a better price even than it's listed for, absolutely, then you go ahead and sign the dotted line and you go ahead and get it under contract. You should know precisely what you're looking for. Keep in mind, the speed is the most important factor when dealing with good real estate, undervalued real estate, below market deals. When they come and go. And you have to be speedy in that. And when making a real estate investment with the ALP system, be prepared to purchase the property and having done your proper research. Because if you skip the research part, and if you don't do the research as we teach you to do, it may cost you money, or you might buy the property above the market value, or you may lose money in the deal because you did not do proper research. So it's very, very important for you to understand your market, your average per square footage price, and you look the type of exact deals that you're looking for. So the best deals that we find in our system is the 3-bedroom houses. The larger, the better. Okay, because people have families, they want to expand, and people normally like bigger houses than the smaller ones. And if you could get better per square footage rate with the bigger houses, are way better, because then you can always later on get appraised for higher value. And speak with your mortgage professionals. Have 1 or 2 mortgage brokers in your team, in your power team, which will teach you how to set up the power team. You need to know exactly what you need to do in order to get the financing. So suppose you cannot get the funding in the traditional A lenders. Can you qualify for B lenders, or can you use the other non-traditional means? While you're making your plans, you should have all your ducks in the row. You should be completely confident about your financial expectations, understand how much you can qualify, and exactly what you plan to buy and which property you plan to buy. Be sure you have the money before you start looking, or before you sign the contracts, unless you're using our no money down strategies. Finally, in this preparation, it's time to investigate, and you must know precisely what you are looking for. It's very, very important for you to become the local expert in your area. Because once you become the expert in your area, you understand how much each house was sold, how big the house was, what was the average per square footage of the house, and what was the sales price in the area overall. You will immediately know when a property is listed, if it's listed below or above the market price, and whether it's something that you should look into or not. Next step is investigation. It is very, very, very important for you as a real estate investor to become a local expert, as we earlier discussed. Once you become that, the other thing that you have to remember is that always buy a house for our purposes, for our investment purposes, at or below the median price. Because if you're buying at or below the median price, You're basically buying in the bigger pool where there's a lot more buyers in the place. And these houses are not affected by any fluctuation in the market. Only the top end houses are the first one to be affected. The median or below median price houses seldom see a drop in the market price. If anything happens, they are the last one to get affected. So you will have enough time to react. So you have to do your investigation properly, that you're searching for the houses and you exactly know what you're embarking on when you're searching for your real estate deals. Regardless of the market conditions, people always need a safe place to live. Being able to buy a property or property in your neighborhood below the median price gives you a degree of protection for the market volatility. And on top of that, the average median price houses goes down as the costs increase and are far less volatile than the more expensive properties. Furthermore, if you can obtain these houses because you are buying them from the distressed owners, you are buying them from the owners who don't want these properties, who are in trouble, and people who want to get out of these deals. So you're buying these properties with your speedy action at 10 to 15 or 20% below the market prices. If you're buying 15% below the market prices and the market has to decline another 50% before you can get hurt, the city officials can supply you the cost of the median price in your city area. You can ask your realtor to do a search of the median price houses and compare what was the top sale price and what was the lowest price so that you can find the median price in your area. And then take a lot of comparison of the recent deals in that area within the price range and within the square footage range that you're looking for in your area. Once you analyze lots of deals and let's say 50 or 100 houses that were sold in your area, and you look at each of these listings in detail, you will have a very clear idea what should be the per square footage price, what should be the price, and what is below and above market price. One thing I want you to understand is you have to become disciplined. I also want to mention that when you buy houses, buy at least 3-bedroom houses or at least 1 or 2-bedroom houses. This rule states the objective is to take the most preferred real estate. And on the basis of expansion, it doesn't matter whether you have lots of inquiries in your home. I will not purchase anything which is above the median price house in my neighborhood. The reason for that is I want to stay safe, and because anytime you are buying above the market price, you are not buying at a discount. You want to shield yourself against all market risks. I know the market may be hot and you may think that, it's really hot and it's never going to get cold. Believe me, real estate is a cycle business. Every 6 to 8 years, the cycle will hit and the market's rates will drop down. People will start profiting out. People will start panicking out and they will start pulling out of the deals, and the market will cool down or it will correct itself. So it's very, very important for you to always get your deals below the market prices, and that's the best way to safeguard yourself against any market fluctuations. Another thing to understand is that a lot of people have a belief that you have to buy a fixer-upper in order to make money, which is absolutely not true. That's why it would help if you bought only houses in good condition or fit enough to live in. Stay away from fixer-upper, especially when you're just starting out. If the house has no carpet, it needs carpet, or the water heater is broken, the roof has leakage, you can fix if it is a minor thing. If a cabinet is creaking, don't bother to fix it. The only solution is, let's say you have a dirty carpet, you can get it cleaned, or you can have some painting done in the house. The house does not need to be perfect for your purposes as real estate investor, because you are selling to the needy people. So you're selling to the people who will be willing to step in and take your role and renovate the properties for you. I have in my properties where the clients have even built up the fences of the house fence, put up the fence. They have even planted some trees. They have planted some flowers. They have done some landscaping. They have put some railings in the house, or they have put some, some of them even built partially the basement, and one of them even finished the whole basement. Because these people are buying, they are buying with the long-term view that they are going to be the future owners of the property. So they are willing to invest in those properties, and they don't care even the house is not a perfect one, because they are not the most qualified buyers. So I want you to understand and keep that in mind, that you are not going to be buying fixer-upper and spending tons of money to fix it up and make it perfect and give it to somebody to do a rent-to-own or use the ALP system. That's why I rule out fixer-uppers. I wouldn't use. Nothing that requires more than a few $1,000s is acceptable. Because not only you waste money on it, you spend money on it, you waste the time, which is very precious in real estate investment, that you waste the time, because it might take few months for you to renovate the property. You have lost so much investment time and you have lost so much profit. I want the deals to be under contract and close within a month and then move on to the next deal. However, so always look at the way that the deal does not require too much of investment. So find the deals which have a good amount of equity and great potential for return. There may be alternatives with the house appeal that you need to put on little bit finishing touches to increase the house appeal. Yes, you can do that. You can improve the perceived value by doing a little bit of touches. Okay, and make it more attractive to your eyes. Homes which are in good shape and need a very little minor cosmetic repairs, yes, those are the ones which you want to get under contracts, because you can buy them faster, you can sell them faster. It's very different from if you're buying a house for yourself. You are not buying a house for yourself, so you should not be looking at that criteria. It means you're buying an investment property, and when you're buying an investment property, your profit line at the end of the day is very, very important. You want to keep your costs low. You want to cut down the expenses which you don't need to do, because there will be people who are interested in taking your property, and they will be willing to spend, because they are the one who are finally going to own this house. In real estate investing, it's very, very important to understand that you make profit when you buy. A lot of real estate investors do not understand this concept, and they believe that they will make money when they sell the property. You want to get into a property only if there's a walk equity in the property. Do not rely on appreciation, which 95% or 99% of the real estate investors do. That's speculation. You want to buy a property today at a discount from a seller who's in distress. The property does not have to be distressed. It's the seller that's distressed, not the property. So when you're buying a property at a discount because of the situation, and you're giving them the exit, a fast solution out of their problem, because you reacted to the listing fast, or you reacted to the sale fast, and you're willing to do a quick close because you're ready and all your ducks in place, it becomes very easy for you to buy a property which is undervalued. So remember, the golden rule is you buy properties which are below market. You buy property which are undervalued. So the golden rule is you make profit when you buy, and you realize it in the long run when you sell it. But let's say you're buying a property today, and for whatever reason, you have to get it out after a few months or after a short period of time. There should be enough equity for you to recover, so that you can immediately make a profit in case you need to. Of course, the longer you hold the property, the longer you are with it, and the more appreciation you will gain. Appreciation in ALP system is just a bonus. It's a icing on the cake. If you get it, great, but you are not dependent on it, because our search criteria is such that we search for the property from the distressed owners, not distressed properties. People search for distressed property. They are not looking for distressed owners. So it's a very distinctive point. If an owner is distressed because of their financial situation, because they lost a job, or because they are in going through a divorce or separation, or they have some collection or other problems in their business or other problems at the work. They are distressed because of that, or their credit histories have been hit and they can't renew and they can't refinance, or they can't keep up with the current payments. Those are distressed sellers. Their property is not necessarily distressed. So that's what we are looking for. And there are tons of that. So you have to distinct that you are buying from distressed sellers, not distressed properties. And you're buying them below market value because you are reacting and acting to solve their problems fast. Another important factor to remember in real estate investing is do not panic. These deals are here today, they will be gone tomorrow. But then there will be other deals tomorrow here as well. So you have to understand that you should not be acting in a panicky manner, and you should analyze enough deals. There are always enough deals. So before attempting to make an offer on a property, you should have your investment strategy and inventory of the houses that you're ready to purchase. You should identify your goals. You should identify what exactly are you looking for. So in the ALP system, we'll be teaching you two ways of buying properties. One is you're buying the property first and then looking for the tenant buyer. The other investment strategy is where you have the tenant buyer in hand and now you're looking for the property. So we'll be teaching you the different strategies. Both strategies work. It's just when you are just starting out, we want you to take the least risky roads. That's why we're teaching you different strategies, and each strategy will work according to your interests, according to your comfort level. So you have to get comfortable with the strategies that you're using. So do a consistent study of the real estate deals in your area. Become the local expert. Once you understand, you analyze 50, 100 deals that have been sold. Although they are not your deals, they are somebody else's deal. But you know what is the acceptable price, what is the sale price, what is the market value of each property. You know the square footage price. And when you have the tenant buyers in hand, they will tell you exactly, this is the type of house that I'm looking for and this is what I'm willing to pay for it. And only these tenant buyers, because they are not the most qualified buyers, they are willing to buy at above the market, because at market prices they are not able to qualify. In the normal conditions, they are not the qualified buyers who will be immediately able to go to the lender or go put a deal under contract and qualify for a mortgage. Remember, you are in the business of helping people who are less qualified to buy a house and getting them into the house. You are buying it from the people who can afford to keep what they have and selling it to the people who can afford. Okay, we'll discuss these strategies go along and into the contract, into the trainings. I know it's a little bit complicated if you're just starting out, but just remember, there's enough training provided for you to become the expert. And once you become the expert in a short period of time, you will be able to strike the deals.